Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a forecast update here across the Arklatex as we go through the rest of this Tuesday and Wednesday. Severe weather will remain a possibility as we'll have two possible rounds that I'll discuss. But the main concern from here on out is probably going to end up being flooding from heavy rain. You can see rainfall accumulations during the past 24 hours. Not really too heavy over the northern sections of the Arklatex north of Interstate 30, where amounts so far have remained below an inch. As you work south of Interstate 30, you can see an inch and a half in Texarkana, but notice Atlanta almost 5 inches, Linden 4.5 inches, and they even get heavier as we slide to the south. You can see that swath of 5 to over 7 inches of rain right along Interstate 20. Wascom, according to the radar, 7.2 inches. I poured out almost 4.5 inches out of my Coco Ross rain gauge earlier this morning, and it obviously has since rained as we have a couple more rounds of strong thunderstorms to deal with here during the next 36 hours. So here's what we have right now. Again, a bit of a lull in the heavy rain across most of the Arklatex as the focus shifts temporarily to the north. What we're going to be watching here as I switch over to the national radar is thunderstorms that are developing off to our southwest here in central Texas. This activity is going to move towards the north and east, and it does look like the atmosphere is most unstable south of Interstate 20. So it very well could be this is the area that will be most inclined to see any severe weather threat here during the afternoon. Obviously, if we do see maybe a few peaks of sun and warm up a bit, this could shift a bit further to the north, but more than likely the southern half of the Arklatex is where any threat of severe weather will be at its highest. All of us, especially in East Texas and Northwest Louisiana, will have to worry about any bands of heavy rain that move across the area. So here's a look at the ACRRR model. This is the morning run, as this will take us through tomorrow. And you can see the has a pretty good handle on where the rain is currently as I record this shortly before noon on Tuesday. And you can see that next wave of thunderstorms rolling through during the last half of the afternoon. That wave of thunderstorms will pose a wind threat. We could see damaging winds of 50 to 70 miles per hour. Model also indicates we could see some hail upwards of $half size in a few spots. And obviously there is going to be that threat for a tornado or two, which could be on the strong side. Now we'll see this wave move through. We'll take a bit of a pause, but then late tonight you can see another band of strong thunderstorms moving into the southwest edge of the area. This band of thunderstorms will be strongest over the southern sections of the area during the morning. It'll sweep on through, and then during the afternoon we'll see the rain become more scattered before it eventually comes to an end finally as we go through tomorrow night. We should see plenty of sunshine return finally as we look ahead to Thursday. So as far as rainfall potential, this is what we're looking at from the ACRRR. It is showing just in the next 18 hours. I wanted to give you the latest run of this, which is basically the very latest in model data. So we've already had, 5 to 7 inches along I-20. It looks like in the next 18 hours, this will take us through 4 a.m. tonight. Ahead of that second wave of thunderstorms, we're going to be looking at 1 to over 3 inches of additional rain, and that other band of rain could bring another couple of inches. So it is quite possible, especially over the southern half of the area, that we could see an additional 5 to 7 inches of rain before it's all said and done tomorrow. So flooding, again, the number one concern. This is where we could be looking at the issues with maybe that possible tornado. 2 waves. Here comes the first wave that you'll see right there that moves through later this afternoon and this evening. We take a pause tonight. Here comes the second wave across the southern half of the Arklatex tomorrow morning. So those are the 2 time frames that we'll be looking at a severe weather threat across the Arklatex with all threats possible: damaging wind, large hail, as well as again, maybe a tornado or 2. So your forecast for tonight, we will see thunderstorms across the area again late. Again, this wave of thunderstorms moving across the area late this afternoon, this evening. bit of a pause in the strong storms, and then late tonight, storms begin to arrive over the southwest. Lows tonight will be in the low to middle 60s over most of the area, and then tomorrow we'll see strong storms mainly in the morning. They become more scattered in the afternoon as highs over most of the Arklatex will be in the low to middle 70s. And then it looks like we'll dry out and warm up later this week and into the weekend. Temperatures returning to the mid 80s by this weekend, and maybe some upper 80s during the middle part of next week, as our next chance of rain after Wednesday will probably hold off until the middle part of next week. So again, prepare for 2 additional rounds of strong to severe thunderstorms. Flash flooding will be the most widespread threat, but we could have issues with wind, hail, and maybe a tornado or 2 later this afternoon, and again late tonight into tomorrow morning.